All right, let's try something new today. This is the first episode of Robbie Cooks here on Dad Bod to Dilf. How do I look? We both know the answer to that question. Friggin' delicious. Okay, speaking of delicious, we are going to make ourselves something special today. From what I understand of it, it is a cloud bread pizza. Okay, I'm going to start the crust now, and then I'm going to do toppings later when the family's home. But I want to be prepped because when they get home and start making their own pita pizzas, which is something we like to do in this household, then I want to be ready with some crust. So let's get this rolling. 6 eggs separated. Let's go ahead and get this done. Oh! Gotcha. All right. I've never separated an egg before, so wish me luck. I'm going to put them all in a bowl and then separate them, so let's see what happens. You will have to forgive me. This is not a luxury kitchen. I'm only on my 11th or 12th day as an influencer, obviously. And so it's a little crowded over here. Got some dishwasher pods, some butter, even some car keys. So we have some company in the kitchen today, that's for sure. We're going 2 angles, though. We'll see how this turns out. That's a weird yolk. Creeping me out. All right. So this is what I saw online, okay? This is how they separated these yolks. We need 6 separated. So let me find a good egg. There we go. Good egg, bad egg. Doesn't matter to me. Hey-oo. All right. Oh, well, already messed it up. Now this little science experiment is what I have been looking forward to. And, I haven't used one of these mixers in years. So let's start on one and see where it takes us. Now this is where the magic happens. All right. This took a lot longer than I expected, but I heard you're supposed to let the egg whites get to room temperature, but I'm being impatient today, which is never the right choice in the kitchen. Unless you're hungry or impatient or bored. Check it out. Nice and whipped. I don't know if that's exactly what it's supposed to look like, but it does. All right. Next step. Keep in mind here, I am an amateur. All right. So I am going to add about just over a cup of almond flour, 1 1/3 cup. Flat, I'm assuming. Into my mixture. What do I got here? 1 1/2. Okay. I'm going to have to improvise a little bit. UPS is here. Hopefully they're bringing me a treat or a present. All right. We've got that flour added in. Next up, we're going to combine it. At this point, will be adding in about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. The melted butter. The recipe I have called for 60 grams, but I'm not at that point in my journey yet. I don't have a scale. I guess that's probably next. So, all right, at this point, I made the fatal mistake of not paying attention. So, in my recipe, it calls for 3 teaspoons of baking powder. I only have baking soda. But according to the internet, if I go about half strength, so like 1.5 teaspoons, and then like a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Tartar. Depends how fancy you are. There we go. Fancy enough to bite it open. That should do kind of the same thing. Just got a little bit of acid in it. Because that's the main difference. Baking powder is more acidic. Don't quote me on that. And then we need to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of iodized salt. So, you listen, so far, I think I'm killing it. That's not up for debate or question. So if you have something to say, don't. I'm also at some point, not right away, and maybe listen, I'm not a baker, so I might be ruining literally everything. I'm going to add in some like onion powder and some garlic powder and some Italian seasoning because I want a little flavor in this bad baby. All right? So vibes to go. I've got my utensil, handy dandy. I'm going to start mixing that together a little bit. All right. And this is going to turn into our dough, which I totally knew that before looking up this recipe. And, you know, if anything, I'm coachable. I'm teachable. And I'm assuming you guys are tired of hearing my voice at this point. So we're going to skip ahead and just watch the process unfold. We start adding in egg whites. They're so fluffy. So let's try not to ruin this. Here's the other thing. This is a recipe for bread. My dumbass figured pizza crust is bread, so it should be like the same thing. We're going to see. We are definitely going to see. All right. Here I'm going to add some Italian seasoning. This might ruin everything, guys. Honestly, if you're following along, wait like 45 seconds to see if this works. Some onion powder. Well, okay, so I couldn't find my garlic powder. So I actually am using Kinder's The Blend seasoning, which has salt in it, which might actually ruin this. But my oven is preheating to 400, which, like I said, I mean, that's for bread, not for crust. So we're going to find out real quick if this is going to work. It's a little soupy, probably because it's supposed to go in a bread pan, but we're hoping for the best here. Got a great workout in today. Feeling good. And I've got my parchment paper laid out on my sheets here. And we're going to see how it goes. All right. This is what we've ended up with. Keep in mind, man, I really muffed this up. I hope you haven't been cooking along and you actually watched this first. This is supposed to go into a bread pan. But we're going to just give it a shot. We're going to make 2 crusts. And hope for the best here. 1 for me, and 1 for me. Probably, I'm going to eat both because I'm starving. You know what? I did have a little chicken breast when I got home, but I want everyone in my house to be able to try this and see what they think. So we're going to spread these out like a dough, nice and thin. Oh, not that thin. And then we're going to bake these bad boys and see how they turn out. Well seasoned. And I bet they're going to taste great too. Moment of truth. Actually, I don't even know if it's the moment of truth. So I've never done this before. I don't even know what it should look like. So let's take a look. Let's take a peek. All right. Here. So I'm going to freestyle a little bit. I don't know if that's even how you would do that normally. Let's see something. I want to see the bottom. Okay. It's solid. It's at least reminiscent of a crust. I'm going to flip it and cook it for another 4 minutes. And then these will be ready for pizza. I don't even know. I'm so confused, but it looks pretty good. Break. pretty good. All right. Friggin', we'll see, brother. This bread recipe that I decided to make into a pizza crust recipe. Whoa! Don't break, don't break, don't break. Whoa! All right. Looks awesome. I'm going to let them cool. And then I'm going to make pizzas out of them. Basically, in this process, you can just put whatever you want on it. You want some pizza sauce. You can do Alfredo if you're trying to do low sugar, high fat. Cheese, whatever topping you want. I'm probably going to throw some pepperoni and some sausage. Maybe some green peppers, onions, and black olives. Nothing specific. And then we're going to see how it tastes. So I'll see you in about 2 hours my time, about 15 seconds your time. Peace. All right, well, the only downside to losing weight is I won't be able to use my belly as a table anymore. This is how it turned out. Ooh, it feels crunchy. A little darker than I expected. Smells like wheat bread. Yeah, I kind of explained this, but here's the thing. I took a bread recipe and made crust. So, normally you don't eat a whole loaf of bread all at once. So there's more calories in this than in the non-bread that I would have been using normally. So I guess it's a little bit low on carbs, but not on calories. So taste test. Problem? Tastes like pizza. Sweet. Catch you guys in the next one.